Question 4. A new exploratory, it's hard to pronounce for me, robot named Relentless is being designed to drill into the soil of the planet Mars, collect and analyze soil samples, and send relevant data back to Earth. The Relentless robot has many constraints placed on its design to make it fit for its Mars mission, including having only limited battery size. I'm guessing this is going to be something in the question. Computing resources and data storage capacity. All those things weren't mentioned for no reason. So we might have to, if I had a highlighter, I'd be highlighting those things. Here we go, I do have a highlighter. Okay. I should probably highlight these things, these processes too, because I can see a data flow diagram. So we're probably going to have to understand where the data is going. Let's continue reading. The section of the data flow diagram below shows part of the design of the Relentless robot software system. It represents the flow of data that originates as records based on the analysis of the individual soil samples. A process is then used to give a rank of importance to each soil sample. Soil sample data records are then sorted by their importance rankings, and a transmission preparation process takes the sorted data and breaks it into data packets that are ready to be sent. Okay, that was basically that whole paragraph should be visualized here. So a section of the data, okay, so soil sample data comes in from somewhere. Remember, this is just a small sample of the data flow diagram. The ranked sample data, so it's ranked. The ranked soil sample data records then go to a sorting the sample data where it needs to be sorted, and then that sorted sample data goes to another process where it's prepared into packets, which then should be then sent. Should be something saying here that's then sent to wherever. Let's have a look at the first question. A. Identify one mistake in the section of the data flow diagram shown and suggest an appropriate fix. One mistake. Well, according to this, if we've read this correctly, this is doing everything it's supposed to, except for when I was just reading here at the end here, it doesn't stop here. Even though we've just got a little sample of this data flow diagram, it should indicate that it's exiting or going somewhere from here. It doesn't just stop here and the process, we don't process all that work into packets and just leave it there. It needs to go somewhere after that. So if it was me, I'd be saying at least the issue with this thing is then those packets then get sent to wherever they're supposed to be sent, back to the main computer or whatever. So if I was answering this, I would probably jot down quickly that there's no data flow or output from the last process, which is number 5. And to fix it, I would indicate data flow coming out of process number 5, as illustrated above. There you go. That would be my answer, and that would be 1 mark for each part of each sentence there. So let's have a look. Question 3. What are we? Question 4. 4a. Very few students identified that the mistake in the data flow diagram was the missing outgoing data flow. It should have been the most obvious, because we don't just stop here, right? It has to go somewhere. And that the appropriate fix was to add a data flow out of 5 prepared data packets. Yes, many incorrectly stated that the mistake was that the data flow diagram was missing a data store. However, a data store is not a mandatory aspect of every data flow diagram, and each data flow diagram must have data flowing out. And also, it didn't mention anything about storing data anywhere. It said obviously that these packets are being prepared to be sent out, and we don't get the context, we don't get the scope of what's happening when that data gets back. Maybe it is stored eventually, but not within this small example scope. If you want to go through diagrams, use case diagrams start on page 92. Data flow diagrams is a little bit further on. I think they are around page 90, data flow around 96-ish, somewhere here. Yeah, data flow diagrams, page 97. So if you want to go have a read there and have a bit of a revision there, I would suggest it, especially if you didn't understand why there needs to be this out, why that was the error identified.